checks. Nope. Okay, so where we kicked off last time, you guys had made your way into a secret entrance that leads into the area that you were standing in front of previously. You were able to infiltrate this area and dispatch the guards quite quickly, as well as take control of one through a phantasmal force, and able to question it in the time that you had left. You asked the Yuan Ti brood guard that you were dealing with. You asked, I think it was 5 questions, and one of the questions that alluded that the fastest way through the area was via the boats, but you would have to, only one guard was there, and you learned that it was in fact a Hydra that you were dealing with.
I still reckon that counts as 8 guards.
That's possible. Yeah, so then you quickly dispatch that guard, and then you were able to, and that's where we are now. So just to recap, whoop, now this map is really slow, so bear with me a little bit. So you can see, let's have a look. Where's my notes? Where's my notes? Okay, so yeah, you've got a couple of rowboats that you can see there. You've got the water like gently lapping the shore there on the east. You've got the bodies of the brood guards that you, I think, placed in the water. Is that correct? Or they just dispatched and lying nearby. You have, to your north, you can see that there is a roughly hewn passageway that ends abruptly. And you can see that there is a firmly sort of fitted stone door that doesn't appear to have any hinges or anything, but you can clearly see the outline of a stone cut door that leads to the north, and another passageway that leads to the west, more rough hewn rock, quite narrow from what you can see. And we will kick it off there. What would you guys like to do?
I guess you check out that stone door.
Sure thing. All right.
I'm going to move to the left a little bit while he does that.
Yep, position
See
is...
if I can pick around these corners.
Yep, go for it.
I'll go up here and see what I can hear, smell. Is there anything behind it? Are there any latches? Are there any mechanics?
Yep, sure thing.
Switches, levers, etc.
You can see, upon checking, you can see that the door does have a lock that is sort of flush with the door, and it seems to be carved directly into the stone. But there is, it appears to be like a keyhole that has been quite a small one that has been sort of integrated into this stone door.
I don't actually remember what we did with the corpses. Are they still around, or do we already throw them out in the water?
It's up to you guys. So I'm happy to
I think we left them. I think I suggested we take them, feed them to the Hydra, but if we're not going to the Hydra, they're probably just still here.
Alright, can I go and search the corpses for the keys, please?
Sure thing. You rummage around on the corpses for about a minute or so to give them a thorough search, and no keys are visible on these guys.
Do I come across anything else remotely interesting or useful?
On them? Not really. Yes. Some of them have sort of they're sort of carrying what would pass for like a meat kind of ration that seems to be passable as food. They aren't carrying any kind of water. Their weapons seem to be quite standard, rudimentary sort of, Nothing really elaborate or anything like that. So,
You guys happy for me to dispose of the corpses now then, or do you want to keep them? Oh dear, for your factory.
I've got enough bodies to suit me for now.
Right, cool. I'll just drag them into the water and just chuck them in sort of knee deep.
yep. So you sort of you move out into the water and you sort of push them into the water, and it's not too long before the pieces of metal and armor that they're wearing sort of overbear the buoyancy of their bodies, and they slowly start to sink to the bottom. There is you do notice when you do this, there is a subtle current that sort of runs, like you can feel like the water sort of like flowing in and out like a minor tide almost around your legs.
Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
All right. I'll go back to the door, and can I hear anything on the other side of it?
Yeah.
Smell? Is there air moving past it? That sort of thing.
The door seems to be quite airtight. Not airtight, but quite tight in its frame. It seems to be carved directly into the stone. But you can definitely make me a perception check for sure. $17, not bad. And I'll just let me check here. Okay, so 17. Okay, so you can hear sort of the sounds of sort of shuffling on the other side. Not a lot of movement, but you're able to distinctly sort of pick up the sounds of like shuffling feet on stone floors. Smell is quite. You do get a like through your enhanced senses through the keyhole. Basically, you're able to detect like a smell, even though you can't really see through the keyhole. You can smell like a trace of death, basically on the other side of the door, like something rotten.
Yep, no worries.
Yep.
That's enough for me. Someone else can do some stuff for a bit.
Sure.
Back in the sack.
Okay. What else? The other thing, yeah, and that's all you notice about that area for now.
I might send the owl just quickly to see what's at the end, just to have a poke around here.
Yep. I'll get you owl to just show me where you want to land him.
Just sort of drop him round about here.
Yep.
And just sort of peek it around.
Yep. I'll get you to make a stealth check for me. With your owl.
Back. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. Nice. Yep. So your owl is able to sort of, it lands a few hops before and just sort of gingerly moves around the corner. And your owl is able to detect that there is a campfire up ahead. You can see light coming. You can see the light coming from this tunnel here. It's sort of flickering against the wall in this area here, so you can see it, and the odd crack of whatever wood they're burning in the fire.
Cool.
You don't see any other. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. If you want to make a perception check, you can.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, you definitely make out the fire, and the fire is the flickering shadows of the fire play along the walls, but you don't see or hear anything else.
Radio. So to the rest of the party, there's a campfire up ahead, within the further in the corridor.
Aldir just begins to say this as he's standing next to you all.
All right. Do you guys want to go check it out?
So what's the go with the door? Can you do anything with it or not?
I couldn't determine that I could do anything. I couldn't find any keys on the corpses. Couldn't find any secret things. Nothing. I'm gonna come out of that
Well,
little corridor.
then I guess that's the only way we can go then.
You guys want me to go up front and try and get the jump on them stealth style, or would you rather do it?
How far up are they?
I couldn't see anyone there, but there is a campfire up ahead.
Aldir reports that it's about a 20-foot passageway with a campfire flickering from an adjacent room.
Okay.
Barrett, do you want to go up front and up at the rear, or do you want me to go up front and stealth in, or what do you want to do?
Should we all just move in as a group stealthily? Try and all get the jump on them. I don't want to leave one person.
Okay.
We don't know how many are there. I don't want one person to jump in and then all of a sudden they're the ones getting jumped.
Yeah.
Besides, there was combat going on here. We don't know if they might be waiting for us.
How you going?
Yep, if you want to make any... if you do want to go stealthily, then by all means make your stealth checks. Thanks, Ball. That's... Ooh, shit.
Super stealth.
Oh, wow.
Clank, fucking...
So Astrid and myself are obviously bickering as we're going down the hallway.
Step on my robes, motherfucker.
Stuck up, bitch.
That's alright.
If you didn't flood the entrance.
Dick wizard. Very good. Despite Astrid and Aldier's...
I assume the shadow. I am the shadow.
Yep, you're one with the shadow. Despite Astrid and Aldier's lapse in the finer art and points of stealth, the rest of the group is able to sort of help them along their way. And yeah, that's not too shabby at all. Cool. So yeah, you're moving. You're not under the guise of pass without trace or anything like that. Still, like trying to remember. Was that
no? We used that the previous day, so that hasn't come back.
right? No worries. Yep. So
we used it in the tunnel, didn't we?
I was just about to say, didn't we
And it
use
lasts
it
an hour.
Or...
let me check.
We used it in
Comprehend Languages was cast.
Oh yeah.
Phantasmal Force was cast. Alarm was cast, and that is not concentration, so that's okay.
Yeah, no, I actually do have it because I used it when we went down the tunnel to talk to those guards or else. Then we went, ran out, snuck, rested, and I got it back. So yeah, I actually do have pass that trace. I don't want to use it now though, not for.
Not a problem. Yep. Okay. No worries. All right. So yeah, you're able to move with a degree of stealth. So all right.
I really don't want to be at the front.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be front ranks.
Set your marching order then. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll stay at the back this time around.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay. Alright. Excellent. Okay. Alright, so you guys get to about here. Alright. So you move into the area, and basically before you, what you can see is a Yuan Ti with a wicked-looking barbed kind of whip. you do see Chilton humans that are sort of huddled and sort of around this fire, and you do make out from across the room more of these brood guard. So I'll just read out this area here real quick. Campfire casts warm light over the cavern. Heaps, is that the right one? Yep. Heaps of dead grass and palm fronds are scattered about over the muddy floor, and the muddy floor is pitted with footprints. Yeah, you actually see... You can see a couple of commoners in the room, but you can see Idrix from where you are. You can kind of make out that there is more movement in the back of the room across the way here. You can't make out exact numbers, but there seems to be quite a few huddled people there.
Yeah, I can see one of them.
Yeah, there's at least another, quite a few more laying down, and some just sort of clutching sitting down, clutching their knees, and sort of huddled and quite submissive. You can see a brood guard here. Doesn't seem to have. You don't seem to have its attention at the moment, but the one that's sort of facing this direction catches something in the light, and he slowly begins to edge his way. It looks like he intends to move towards. He doesn't raise any alarms, but he grips his spear tightly and begins to sort of peer towards you, unsure of what he just saw. What would you guys
shoot him?
What would you guys like to do?
Well, I don't think we can really converse with these guys, so yeah. Jump.
Jump. All right.
I want to shoot him.
Yep.
KTF.
Hang on a sec.
Like, am I the only one that can see this guy sort of coming towards us, or?
Well, at the moment you've rounded the corner, so yes, it's you that is spotted all this. No, it's the one beyond him.
All right. I can't shoot at him.
Yep. So the one you've got, that one that you can see, Astrid. That's no problem.
So you've got this guy, and I got 3 actually.
Yeah.
This guy. This guy.
Yeah, so that last guy you just pinged seems to be a Cholton human, dressed in rags and not looking too great. The one that I'm referring to is this one that you may not be able to see because of your angle, but Idrix has eyes on at the moment.
Right.
Yep.
You said one of these guys had a whip. Is it like a sort of not like a lashing?
Yeah. So this Yuan Ti.
Do they look like slaves, or?
Well, they don't look well kept. They don't appear to be in any sort of good shape. The Yuan Ti seems to be addressing this one here in a language that you don't understand. The one that is eyeing you is this one over here, and he just seems to be like double, sort of did almost like a minor double take and looking in your direction to see what he just saw in the firelight flickers.
I'm gonna jump in before he can raise any alarm.
All right, no worries. Let's roll initiative.
I am following Idrix through the door.
The owl's on the initiative table. You
Pardon?
clicked the owl.
I thought I clicked my whoops.
That'll do. That's fine. We know who that is. Almost there. And lucky last. Alright, how'd you guys go?
Bad.
Bad. Alright, stand by. Not too bad. Okay. Nice. Alright, let's do this. So, upon sort of seeing this brood guard sort of moving across, this slave seems to sort of take notice in what's happened, and he is going to make a perception check. Let's see if he can figure out what's going on. Okay, cool. He sort of looks over at the Yuan Ti brood guard and then looks in the direction of in the direction of the quartermaster and sort of suddenly raises his voice to and escalates whatever argument they seem to be having, almost sort of turning his back away, and he moves to stand between the two. Quartermaster, this guy here, this Yuan Ti here, who seems to be running the show, doesn't seem to be buying whatever he's selling though. And it is now that guy's turn. He's also going to make a perception check. The quartermaster sort of begins to take stock of the area. He whips this commoner and forces him to the ground before sort of looking around the room as this Yuan Ti seems to be edging a bit closer. And it is Barrett's turn.
All right.
Right, chums up. Let's do this.
Oh, sorry. That one. What? Why can't I move? There we go.
You're up. So you leap around the corner and you immediately sort of surprise this one to your north that hasn't had an opportunity to act yet. You get
All right.
You take stock of the room and you notice that there is one here. You can see a passageway further up here to the north, and there is some sort of cavern here that has several other commoners, what appear to be commoners, or slaves huddled in this area.
Okay. If I leave this guy's range, will I incur opportunity?
So you will if you. So here's fine. Hang on, let me just grab my little.
There is fine too, right?
Yep, that's fine. That's completely fine. Yep.
Right. So I step to there.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that's looking ugly.
Oh, they're all pretty ugly.
This one here.
Yep. So he's like a cobra-headed.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like snakes. It's not natural, I'm telling you. Not natural.
Yep.
Barrett will make 2 attacks against.
All right. Roll your dice, sir. That's definitely a hit. That's 12 damage. Good. Off to a cracking start. 13 may not be hit. Let me double check. Oh no, it's a hit. This guy seems to be just rocking around in a loincloth and scales, basically, but his scales aren't great. It's another 8 points of damage.
And then I'll slam into him with my shield.
That's definitely a hit. And we're another 8. My math sucks. Yep, cool. No worries. Yep, so you land 3 blows in rapid succession. This Yuan Ti sort of spins at the first one and is unable to halt your attacks. Several wounds now ooze out like a black blood. And that is your turn. Nice work.
Rude.
Astrid, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot at this guy.
Okay.
Others can walk past me, right?
Absolutely. Through. Yep, allies can move through you. Not a problem.
Yep, that's fine. Then I'll just shoot at him.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Always sharp shooting.
Yep, sharpshooting. Yep.
Permanent. Ah, crap.
That's a miss. So your first bolt skips off the stone. You see it shatter as it hits the stone.
That's it.
Yep, just
use a bonus.
1 attack. Yep.
Is this a surprise as
no,
well?
Nope. You are not. You are not in surprise. Okay. All right. So, let me just check something here. And that is... Alright, so one of the brood guards... Oh. Rabid Cat 10, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. One of the brood guards looks to the quartermaster who's under attack and rushes in to defend his master. And he will attack Barrett. And how many attacks does this guy have? 2. His spear is present. Sorry, these guys don't have spears. They have... Nope, no. Wrong guy. Wrong guy. Okay, first attack. What's your AC, Ben?
20.
20 I rolled, so that meets. You take 7 slashing damage.
No.
Second attack is a miss. And then he also tries to snap at you with his mouth. And also you're able to get your shield up, and that misses as well. 3 rapid attacks. You notice that the quartermaster, sort of holding its side, hisses at it in a language that you guys don't understand, and points back the way it came towards a set of double doors.
Would I be close enough to hear that? Because I'm still under the...
Yep, what's the range of... What's the range?
Comprehend language.
Yep, what's the range? Does it have a range, or...?
Oh, it's just I understand.
Yep, cool. So yeah, you do, even over the clang of battle, you do distinctly hear this Yuan Ti say, "Fool, do not worry about me. Fetch the others." And points back towards the door. It seems to nod its agreement. And yeah, and that's what you hear. This one that Astrid shot looks to its master, and it gets basically told the same thing. "Alert the others! Hurry!" And it moves away to begin to run. Did you want to make an opportunity attack or anything, Barrett? So it's there, it's moving to here.
Sorry, I had muted myself for some reason.
No worries.
So I will make a opportunity attack. Two.
Oh yeah, for sure that hits. And...
Right. Aha! Take that, dirty lizard.
Yeah, filthy lizard. 10 piercing damage. Nice work. It takes the hit and sort of hisses and snarls at you as it runs past you. And so 5, 10.
and I'll quickly call out, quick, don't let them escape.
Yep, this one makes it
too late.
to the door, but doesn't open the door. Alright. Bull, you're up.
It's time to shine.
Yeah, from the back.
Come on, Speedy.
I'm going to run up there.
Alright, so you got... How much movement have you got? You get 10 extra movement on your first turn, yeah?
Yep. So that's 15 feet.
Yep.
I just scroll up, sorry. Where's the door in here?
Okay, so one has run up this direction.
Yeah,
the one...
that's what I want to get to. That's 15, 20 feet.
Yep.
That'll be
25,
20. Can I get to here?
30, 35, 40. Yep.
Cool. And I'd like to begin the murder.
Yep, so before you do that, the one that you run past
Smack the way through.
has a swing at you.
Okay.
And he's gonna try very hard to see if he can land an attack on you. He only gets one, and he tries to snap at you with his mouth. He succeeds. He bites you as you go past. He catches you on your exposed arm, and you take 5 piercing damage, which you shrug off and proceed to your target. All right.
Cool.
Murder away, sir. That's a hit.
Click mouse, click.
It's alright, this map is quite slow. Yep, that's definitely... So that's 8 damage. That's a hit. 9. Yep.
And then, boom.
Alright, so there... that last one's not a hit. So
Okay.
8, 9, 8. Okay. This guy's not looking great. He's bleeding from several areas as you basically lay into his back. He barely has a moment to sort of turn around and face you again, but he still seems intent on opening that door. The doors are basically big stone double doors that you can see, but he's almost pressed up against them at this point as you just wailed on him. And it is
Understood.
Idrix's turn.
I'm going to follow his lead.
Yep. All right.
And I'm going to take a swing at him.
Yeah, go for it, man.
2
swings. This map is running quite slow today, so... yep, both of those will hit. Seven and... Yep. Between the two of you and your rapid assault, you're able to bring this thing down. It sort of hisses and gurgles as it falls to the floor, just inches from the door.
Teamwork, bitch.
Nice work.
Nice. And I'm just going to turn around and hold my position here.
Yep.
Make sure none can pass.
Nice work. You all see... sorry, those that are in the room can see... so as the fight commences, you hear the commoner that was beaten down. He says in the Chilton language, which again LD sort of hears. He hears him say, "Rise up, brothers and sisters! Now is our only chance." And 4 commoners,
Damn straight.
or 2 commoners actually, rush from this back room and grapple this broodguard and drag him back into the room, where 2 more commoners basically surround him and start beating him with rocks. Just going to roll some attacks real quick. That's a miss. Well, it's ineffective. 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 This thing just covers up as it hits the ground, and one is able to land a decent blow into its midsection, almost knocking the wind from it, but otherwise it seems to be relatively unscathed. And that is them. He's going to use his action to try to get up from the grapple. And he's going to roll a strength check versus this guy's strength check. Okay, so he's able to thrash away from the one who surprised him, grabbing him and dragging him back into the room. And he's able to hop back up to his feet. The slaves don't relent, though, despite the fact that they look like they're a bit undermatched for their foe, but they keep up their attack. That's them. This guy, he's going to move into here and he's going to attack. And he's going to miss as well. Alright, LDE.
Alrighty. I will move my ass up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Have a quick assess of said situation.
Yeah.
That we are in. Well, the commoners look like they have it under control. So I'll pull a wee bit of pork rind out of my sleeve and recite the old pork rinds. Recite my incantation.
The Serpent Levanta Cadere.
And I will cast Grease in a 10-foot square just here, underneath these dudes.
Here it is, the word. Alright. So, what does bring up Grease for me, please?
Yep.
So Grease, when Grease appears. So it's not fiery, doesn't catch fire. Good. No worries. So you bring it up under these two clowns here.
They're the ones.
Yep, cool. They need to make some... When Grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Alright. Some dex save.
Spell save DC 16.
Roger that. Dex save coming up. Okay, so the Brood Guard, this first one, falls flat on his back. The Yuan Ti is about to make his saving throws. And he too falls. So your spell is a great success. Great success! As two of these guys fall, the Grease appears and they both slip almost in unison, falling flat on their backs. Well done.
Excellent. That's me done.
This commoner takes the opportunity to dispense some justice on his fallen oppressor and lands a solid attack with a rock in his fist. Alright, so Grease. So Grease covers a creature that enters the area or ends its turn must also. Alright, cool. So he's going to gingerly step back up. And he is going to step out. And he will turn his attention to... he splits his attention between the two people. He attacks the commoner first with a single attack.
Question. Does the commoner get an opportunity attack because he stood out of that square to here?
Nope. So he hasn't left his wrong system.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Starfinder, yes. D&D, no. he lands an attack, slashing this commoner across the chest. The attack is quite garish and it makes him fall to the ground. He clutches the wound as his lifeblood pumps onto the ground. So he's in a bad way. Second attack, he quickly whirls around in a fluid motion and brings his wicked-looking whip down onto Barrett, and no joy, Barrett is able to defend it easily. And it is Barrett's turn.
Sorry, whenever my phone locks, it seems to put me on mute.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway. Alright. The one above me is currently prone, correct?
That one currently is, absolutely.
Alright.
Gridfish!
Yeah, let's go.
Yahtzee!
There we go. That's a nat 20, actually.
It's
Damn it, Barrett, you're a crit wizard.
24. Yep. Nice work. The spear impales his midsection, and the thing hisses as it attempts to clutch the blade of your spear. Holy shit, dude.
You fucking serious?
Hey, same numbers.
You immediately withdraw your spear and basically, in a wide arc, slash it across its throat, and it falls still. Its blood.
Well, it's already fallen.
Oh well, yeah. It falls further because you crit it twice. It falls into a whole new level of pain. Its blood mixes with the grease upon the ground, making the area even more slick as it dies. Holy shit! Still got one more attack if you want.
Yeah, I'll shield slam old mate standing next to me.
Do it. And that's a hit. And 7. Nice. Yep. Yep. Cool.
And that is Barrett's turn.
And what a turn it was. Bravo.
God damn.
All right. Astrid, you're up.
Hey, I do one.
I'll just move in here. He's this guy. He's prone.
No, he's stood up. He's fine. He's facing Barrett currently at the moment.
The one that's at your feet is prone.
And that's dead. It's a miss. Right, you got Kilvarek's disease at the moment. Nasty.
First one wouldn't hit regardless.
If you had +5 to that, isn't it? Is that what?
What's the after there was?
That
one will, yeah. What's the AC?
Well, it's higher than 11, but just. So. Yeah. Cool. All right. So, anything else, bud?
No.
No worries. Your second bolt skips onto the floor, but it seems to be salvageable. Bull.
Okay. I'm going to go down here. And make with the murder.
Okay, can you make a dexterity save, please? You just stepped into the grease.
Yep.
You skip over it gingerly, like a cat.
That's how I roll.
And you hit. 10 damage. Second attack. Hit. That's enough.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You still have your third attack available to you should you wish to use it. So you launch 2 quick slices with Nami, and the quartermaster hisses its last hiss. You notice that the slave next to you is still alive, but barely, as blood continues to pump out of the open wound across his chest.
Yeah, no worries. Me done.
Cool. Idrix.
I am moving over to the other group of slaves.
Yep.
And
they're not quite sure what to make of this lumbering dragonborn as he comes roaring across, or quietly across, quite methodically.
they should know when I start laying into this fucking
Yeah.
snake.
Oh, no, they don't make any moves to you. They've seen enough, but they just don't know what to make of you. You're a bit scary looking. Go for it, mate. Make some attacks. That's a hit. I like how you're mixing up your main hand and your offhand. That's really cool. Hit. Yep, all of them are hits. 6 and so another 10. Beautiful. Yep. So you lay into this thing. It seems to take it in its stride, but yeah, it's bleeding from a couple of hits now, but it's still standing strong. The commoners around you redouble their efforts in order to try to help you bring this thing down. You see that this thing's agility is quite remarkable as their attempts to hit this thing. Oh no, one gets a hit in. Good work.
That one has a +1 rock.
Yep, he does. And last but not least, yep. So yeah, one of them lands a successful hit, but it just sort of shrugs it off. And it is its turn. Okay.
Come on, hit me.
So it launches 2 attacks. So the one that hit it with a rock, it immediately gets raked across the chest with these barbed claws that it has, and he falls to the ground. It then immediately swings next to him, attacking. And slashes clearly across the person's throat, and they gurgle and fall to the ground. And then, lastly, it just attempts to leap on top of someone to bite them, and is able to sink its maw around another throat, successfully killing 3 commoners in a single round.
Yeah.
As it just feasts upon this thing, blood filling its mouth and seeming to drive it into a rage. Aldir, you are up.
Alrighty. Figure Idrix has this under control.
You said that about the commoners.
Well, the commoners, they're...
But you said, no, you just used that same phrase. You went, the commoners have got it under control.
Seeing that this guy seems to be perhaps some sort of leader, I might make a quick medicine check to try and stabilize him. Is that something I can do?
Yeah, make a check. You do a check on him. His vitals have ceased. He is dead.
Huh.
He's only died in the last few moments.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he's dead, Jim.
He is dead.
Is that an action?
Nah, you can go ahead and do something else, man. You just sort of kneel down, put a finger to his carotid artery. Yep, he's gone.
Very well. I'll pull out my ruby dust and gesticulate. Where are we?
Testiculate.
Vertical X Mortuous.
Dong.
And my dolorous bell will fill the air.
Yep. Wisdom save, yeah?
Wisdom save, DC 16.
Roger that. Coming right up.
I'll throw this out now.
That's a fail. And it's extra damage because he is wounded.
Sorry, I've used the wrong
That's all good.
thing of the lob.
I don't mind you popping that up anyway, so people know what you're casting. It's all good. Same one. So it is which. Where's the?
Where is
Oh, yeah, it makes 2 rolls. You just got to click the damage. But
Yeah, that's the one.
but
Woo!
oh, bang! Double 12s. 2d12.
Nice.
Wow, dude. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes d12 necrotic or 2d12. Oh, wow, dude, that is massive. Yep. So a bell chimes, and this thing clutches its head as the ringing penetrates its soul, and it falls lifeless to the ground. Dong. And you are out of combat. Nice work. Before you stands the last 2 surviving commoners. You're still under the influence of comprehend languages. So can you speak to them or just understand them?
I think I can just understand them.
Okay. So they sort of step forward, and you can tell just immediately that they're like thanking you and praising you, and LD can sort of refer that back to you guys. And they basically, they're just saying that they thought they were going to die down here, that so many of them have before, and they're sort of just gibbering and nattering away, ever so thankful to be rescued.
LD, can you communicate? Can you actually talk in this language or just understand it?
I believe I can just understand it.
Comprehend languages, I think, is just understand. If I flick back up here real quick.
I'll throw it up if you want.
Yeah, do it. That's a bit easier, actually. For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language. You understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface of... Oh, cool. Yeah, so you can't speak it, but you can understand it. All right, what did you guys want to do?
I'm going to make a miming action of using the boats and shaking my head saying, don't use the boats.
Oh, get back towards the... They just sort of nod in what you think is some form of agreement. One of them sort of says, LD makes, when you're making the miming action, performance check, actually.
Performance check.
Come on.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we
lucky.
go.
Nice, that's enough. Very good. They sort of look at you for a moment, and then one of them taps and says, "Oh, canoe," and LD is able to realize that they're getting the message. Like they say, "Oh, don't use the canoe," and one of them says, "Yes, the beast is in the water. We've lost many to that thing."
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Can I search through the corpse of the dude in front of me? Actually, all the corpses, actually. I'll just rummage through the corpse, look for anything interesting. Keys, specifically, is what I'm after.
Yep. Keys. Yep, sure thing. Let me double check. We're in that room. Stand by all units.
Given that dude was running to the door, I'm hoping he has a key.
You find an iron key.
Sweet. It only took 2 campaigns.
So...
In fact, and amongst the corpses, you find 2 iron keys. One of which belonged to the brood guard that was close to the door, and another one that is on the Yuan Ti corpse. You also find the finery that this Yuan Ti is wearing is actually of high quality. You notice that the headdress has quite a large malachite gemstone in it that you would roughly estimate to be worth around 250 gold. And within a pouch, you notice that he has a hand mirror that is quite ornate. Looks to be made out of some sort of It looks like to be gilded gold. You reckon it's probably worth about 75 gold.
Cool. I'll open up my delightful bag, and you can keep that in here, Bull.
Does that count as a gem?
It's a malachite. It is a gem. Yep.
Well, Barrett, there you go.
No, I'm just not touching any gems ever.
Again, you already found some, like little shattered gem. So that deal's gone. You're sweet now.
You can loot now if you wish.
Well, can you chuck this?
Chick's gonna be fucking pissed at you, but you're sweet.
Yeah.
LDE, can you chuck this in your bag, please?
Can do.
Okay.
You just sort of place it near the entrance, and a skeletal hand just plucks it from yours.
Such useful helpers. Do we want to go over? I can't make the line. Do we want to go? Still can't make the line. Do we want to go up here? I can't see through there. I haven't gone up there yet. Or do you guys want to go through?
It's what you can see in here. There's a few mining implements, and it looks like that they were cutting out this area for something else. There's a few straw piles that they were using for beds in here.
Yeah, no worries. All right, let's go.
Can I just really quickly?
Yeah.
Can I pull out my bottle of black ink, a quill, and a spare book from my scholar's notepack? And can I quickly sketch a rough map of this area, lay it on the ground in front of these two, and try to see if we can communicate to get them to fill in more blanks of the map?
Oh, that is proper genius.
Sure. So yeah, you pull out.
One of them pulls out their cartographer's tools and.
So one of them says. One of them says that they were brought in. They were blindfolded when they were brought in, but the other one says that they've had other duties before, and they talk about this area and the gladiators that they talk about an area where they had gladiators housed. So basically, he says that through the next door here, is danger, and he says that within there is a in the next room is a giant snake that looks over a storeroom.
So, as he's describing the snake, can I pull out Volo's guide and flick through to a section which might contain Yuan Ti and just try to get him to point out an image of what we might be facing?
Yep, he gives you. He says he sort of flips through it, and he actually points to a picture of what appears to be just a straight snake, like a standard snake, but he makes he says big, very big, not Yuan Ti, just snake. And he says 4 times as long as a man.
Okay.
And he says beyond that, he says we know that Raznisi has his temple somewhere in the northeast of this place. But I'm sorry, there's not much more I can tell you.
Raznisi?
Yes. Raznisi, the lord of the Yuan Ti. He has control of this whole city. He says, as you guys sort of... As soon as you say Raznisi, he understands it straight away, even with the inflection of a question. And he continues to speak in Cholton to Aldir, who gives it back to you guys. And he just says, yeah, Raznisi runs this place. He is a wicked master who all of Omu is fearful of. He says, beyond that, I cannot tell you any more. I haven't been any further.
Cool.
He he does say that this place swarms with Yuan Ti. Their numbers are vast.
Rosnisi is we heard a story about him a long while ago. He's
Yeah, the fallen
that,
paladin.
Yeah, he got a horde to
Paladin.
overthrow the city.
He says he is unmissable. He carries a flaming sword, and his story is known to us all. He is the Scourge of Omu.
Oh, we're really sticking our foot in it now, aren't we?
Sounds like a party. Let's do it.
Can I make a slight suggestion? How many corpses of these slave dudes were there?
It's like 6, 1, 2, 4. 4 there was.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. What do their clothes look like?
They're barely clothes. Look more like Hessian wraps, and yeah, they are barely clothed.
So they're not even like robes. They just look like they're well dressed in their little.
Yeah, their icons are misleading. They like a loincloth, if that sort of stuff. They are barely dressed.
Awesome. Disregard.
Yeah.
Well, giant snake in the next room.
Let's kill us a fucking paladin.
Why?
Kill a what?
Oh, my head. Why do you do this to me, Barrett? Why?
It was worth it.
Stupidity is contagious. Let's go.
Because it's... Alright, so yeah, they say if we will try to escape through the tunnels.
Okay. Sorry, I'll ask a really stupid question, but are we making the assumption that Rosnisi is the in-game baddie? Like, we're here to do the curse thing? If this is some... Do we know that he's responsible? Or do we know?
No.
We have
Soul Monger.
yeah, we know the Soul Monger.
We know there's a Soul Monger, and that's all, and that's what we know.
Yeah.
And we know that Rosnisi was here before the Soul Monger.
Okay, so it's fair that they're connected. All right, we stay then.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was there well before that because
we don't know who made the Soul Monger or.
Yeah, we know nothing about the Soul Monger.
We know
itself.
nothing. He might be controlling it for all we know.
Yeah,
might
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
So chances
we have extremely little information on everything.
Yes.
Right.
The pointy end of the spear goes in the baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that much.
Oh,
all right, let's press forward. Can I do my smell sniff test at the door, please?
Yep, this door's fairly tightly sealed, but you may make a perception check if you wish.
I'm never going to get used to you smelling doors.
Yep. Yep.
It's kind of weird.
All you can sort of smell is the smell of death in
door.
this room, and the stench of the commoners. Actually, they're not well kept.
Right.
Yeah, this room.
Paul starts licking the door.
Yeah, I'm not
Snazberry tastes like snazberry.
I don't particularly want to be the door opener. Can I hand you the key, Idrix? If anyone's got to get an arrow to the face, I'd prefer it to be you. You'll actually survive it. I likely won't.
What's your AC, Idris?
16. So...
Give me the key. Move out of the way.
Right, I give
Barrett size.
key.
Give me the key.
Keys, yay!
Will the key work on
the key?
Will the key work on that first door that we found? Does that have a keyhole?
I'm giving you both keys, Barrett, by the way.
It's possible.
Should we check the initial door?
We're here.
Yeah. To be fair, we know what's behind this door. The other door, we got no clue.
Fair enough.
Wait, what's behind this door?
Pussies.
Giant snake.
Giant snake.
Giant snake.
I must have missed that part. Why are we going to this door then?
Well,
Because it's the only way we've got to go.
it's either
Or you can go find the Hydra if you want. That's still on the table.
No,
That's just 7 giant snakes.
there's another door over here, remember? Here.
Yeah, but we got a choice between giant snake, Hydra, or
Unknown.
probably
Unknown.
some other monstrosity.
All right,
I like the known part. All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Whether you
I'll
want to
unlock
move
the
through
door,
the known or
but
the unknown.
not push it open.
So you just click it.
Just I want to see if I can open the door without pushing it open.
Open the door without.
As in unlock it.
Yeah,
Unlock
yes, totally.
without pushing it.
Yep. You put the key in, you give it a bit of a firm turn, and you feel the mechanism inside sort of grab and then give.
Does it make a large sound, or
No,
is
it's
it
just like a click, just an audible click. Nothing too over the top.
The slaves keep this place oiled.
Yep. Pristine doors.
With their sweat and tears.
Yeah.
I'll look behind me to the rest of the group and check that everyone's ready.
Yep.
All right.
Ready enough.
And going in. And let down. I'm charging my shield up. Ready.
Hang on a sec.
Empty room.
So you burst in, open the door, and a storeroom lays before you. And as you sort of run in, I'll get you to make a perception check, though, for me, please, Barrett, as you burst through the door.
Sure. Perception.
Boom. So, what you do see when you first burst in is like the floor is clear. There's crates and everything around you, but you know, your eyes go up when you see nothing down, and coiled upon the roof in the rafters is a massive snake that basically leaps down at you and attempts to bite you, but you see it first. And I'll get you guys to roll initiative.
It's cute.
That is a big snake.
It is a big snake.
Initiative.
Click your target.
Yeah, that guy was not wrong.
No, he was not wrong. He was telling you the truth. Ah, shit.
Well, at least these prisoners were fucking telling the truth and not backstabbing lying bastards.
Yeah, you might get double added here. I thought I... Oh, the other thing you would have been told as well, the snake's name is Azimas. They call it Azimas. Azimas.
Is there a handout for this snake? I quite like the art. I like seeing the pictures.
Yeah, I was going to provide you one, but there wasn't, unfortunately.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, I like showing those as well. I reckon they're pretty cool. Let me double check just to be sure. Play a handout anywhere.
All right, meta question for everyone here: is getting bitten by one of these things like instant death? Like I have no concept for what's like. I have no idea that I find out.
Thank you, Hollis. Perfect answer.
You guys are the best.
Meta question.
Don't ask the question.
That is basically it. Find out.
All right.
Suck it and see.
Learn by doing.
Okay, so I just need to roll some.
It totally is.
Whoops.
Just like.
Need to roll some initiative for this bad boy. Oh wow. I am on fire tonight. That is a fat one. Alright. And I'll put you guys in order. Whip. And Bull, you're up first.
Yay. Alright. The button. Can I pass through?
You can pass. Yeah, you can pass through your allies.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll move in here. Just pick a position over here.
Yep, that's fine.
And I'll do the swing thing.
Do the thing. Hit.
Cool.
That's a hit. It's 19. Yep. That's a hit.
Okay, cool. And
19. That's a miss.
No worries.
So what's that? That's 11, 19, 31. How's my math?
Correct.
Thanks. Yeah, you open up on this thing, and scales give way to your magical blade, and you slash some deep rents in its flesh. Nice work.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, Idrix, you're up.
The same thing. I'm just going to follow suit.
Smash.
Slice.
Yep, just wait for all 3 attacks to come up. There's a bit of a delay between me and your one and my one for some reason at the moment.
I still can't see mine.
Give it a sec. Nope, still nothing yet. Come on, you bugger.
Try again.
Yeah, go for it. It will eventually catch up, no doubt. No doubt. Here we go. Alright, take the first 3. Hit, miss, hit. So you 1 main hand, 1 offhand. Roll your damage for me. 11, nice. 1. No worries, so 12 all up. Cool. Astrid.
And I'm going to try and get into this thing. I'm going to try and like maneuver myself wherever its face is. I want this thing looking at me.
Yeah, so it's still sort of, at the moment, it's sort of looking between you and Bull, as you both have mainly, been dealing it some damage at the moment. Its body's coiled and its head is up trying to strike, so it's trying to keep its head away from you guys, and you're able to just hack into its flesh. All good?
Yep. Yeah, that's me.
All right, Astrid.
All right.
It is a clean shot. I don't know if you can see it on the other side of the door.
Yeah, the doors are swung open.
It's a clean shot through the door.
Yeah, I can see him fully, like nearly.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
95% of the tokens. So
beautiful. Yeah,
you're counting it.
Oh yeah, it's a giant fucking snake.
I will. That's not what I want to do. I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. That's going to hit.
That's my bonus.
Yep.
And then I will fire off a shot.
No worries.
That's
kaboom.
Oh,
noise.
There's the money shot.
So it's 10, so it's 31.
31.
Yep.
Second 10.
I do want to.
Boom,
I'm happy for you to rescind your spiritual weapon if you want, man, because that's more than enough. You want to save that for a rainy day, or you want to keep it out?
Oh, to kill it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't even roll your spiritual weapon damage. That crit took care of it.
Oh, right.
I'm happy to throw.
I actually clicked it to get the spell to come up, not to actually.
Oh. Yep. That's fine. So yeah, your deliverance delivers. Your bolt sinks deep into its flesh, actually disappears into its flesh, and but the snake shudders as you launch it, as you take it out, and it falls to the ground, taking up a fair chunk of the room as it sort of splays over some of the supplies in the middle of the room. But yes, easily handled by your combined arms. Nice work. Right. You're back out of initiative. Well done.
With the snake dead, can I do a quick, not with my hands or anything, but can I mage hand to see if it produces any venom? Or do some sort of check?
Yep, so its fangs are massive. So your mage hand will not be able to exact enough pressure to get out any venom, but you may try to do it manually if you wish, or enlist the help of your companions.
Hey, Idrix.
I can help.
Maybe
I'm not getting in it, but I'll help.
Fang a little squeeze?
Fang it.
Squeeze a fang?
Or milk a fang?
You know what? In fact, before you even try this, make me a survival check, please. you go to, you have ponderous dreams of getting some sweet venom out of this snake, and then suddenly realize that it is in fact a constrictor and is not venomous.
So you can get tetanus.
Yeah. Plenty of that around. So it is a non-venomous snake.
Okay.
And I just realized that. That's why I wanted you to make the roll. So, okay. But this room, the body sort of falls limply around a fair portion of this room, but you're able to navigate through. And there are all kinds of crates and barrels, some sealed, some opened, but you can't see what they contain at this point. You'll have to do a bit of a search if you wish.
I'm just going to go straight to the exit.
Yep.
I'm not going to leave, but I'll just move ahead.
What you can see ahead for the first time is faint traces of light, like a bluish light that appears to be coming from either side of the tunnels. You can sort of see even here there's like a bit of a lamp that you might be able to sort of just barely see, giving off a soft blue glow.
I'm going to attempt to loot the shit out of this room.
Alright, to cover the whole room, it's probably going to take about 5 minutes. Would you like to... If you do it alone, it's going to take 5 minutes. If you enlist some help, it'll take less.
There might be something useful here. Shall we peruse their wares?
Sure. Alright. Who's helping? 2 people? Anyone else helping?
I'll help.
3?
Sure, why not?
4?
You know what? No, I'm just going to keep an eye out.
Alright, so 3.
I'm going to stay here and I'll keep an eye.
I'm not helping, I just
keep an eye and an ear out.
Oh, cool. Alright, so who's helping? There's...
Why is it not working?
3 people helping.
Perception.
That's alright. These crates open quite easily, and you're able to uncover enough. They seem to be sort of supplies that there's like a couple of the crates have blankets in them. A few others have rope, oil, and lanterns. One sealed crate has many pieces of fine blank paper. And on top of that, you come across some blocks of incense. You know that they're incense because you've been carrying incense for the last month and a bit as you've been traveling. But they do not smell like the blocks of incense that you have been using to ward off the insects of the area. They smell a bit strange.
Interesting.
They've gone bad.
Milk's gone bad.
Check the use by date.
Take the oil and put it into Cross's bag.
Yeah.
Yep. So there are 6 vials of oil, or 6 flasks of oil. Sorry.
Excellent.
And you also, there's 2 lots of 50-foot silk rope. Good shit. And there is also 3 barrels of what appear to be like salt and various spices.
I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to carry that.
But
I don't think we need the salt and spices. Not unless somebody wants to set up a trade route.
This incense that you have spotted, there are 10 blocks of this strange smelling incense.
Alright. Well, I think we should take those, mainly because we don't know what they are.
Can anyone make a check?
Yeah, everyone can make a check. You just got to tell me.
I'll make a check.
Yeah, I don't want to top blood and stuff.
Give me an insight check, please.
Good.
Barrett, if you do it, make it with advantage.
Turns out it's just spearmint scented.
All right, good. All right, so Barrett has a look at it, and he suddenly recalls that The scent is described. It's like a pungent smell that has a sweetness to it. And Barrett recalls in his herbalism book that he was provided that something is described as this very scent, and in a concentrated form, it is a very, very powerful hallucinogen. These incense blocks seem to be made up of that plant, and you conclude, Barrett, that if these incense blocks are set alight, they will produce a cloud of hallucinogenic gas.
Cool. Ganja block.
Awesome.
Got it.
Is it a good trip or a bad trip?
According to Barrett's book, it will put you into a dreamlike stupor that could either result in blissful dreams or nightmarish dreams.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that is excellent.
And you have
excellent news.
10 blocks. So someone needs to add those blocks to their inventory, please.
I'll throw them in there. I appear to be the mule.
I will take a small amount and place it into my herbalism pouch with my other stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You can take 2 blocks.
Just a little bit. You can take most of it.
The blocks, you could carry 2 blocks, say, like easily, and not be, they're not like bricks, but they're probably enough, like a bath bomb sort of thing. So
remind me not to tick you off and then take tea off you.
Yep.
Well, you did say we had to burn it,
tea.
not drink it.
Yeah, it must be. It's incense. It must be burned. Yep. Cool. That's all you find in this room. And yeah, so before you is a passageway that sort of continues up northeast. And before you can see that the passageway stretches to the east and west. And the passageway is illuminated from what you can see.
Alright, well, let's move up to the...
Does anyone need to finish at 10 tonight, just so I can keep an eye on the time?
No, I'm good.
Right, we'll go between 10 and 10:30. I'll just pick a moment to stop it. All right, you take a look around. Barrett, you can step into the hallway if you want to just have a quick squiz, but I'll count you as like using sort of just eyeballing the edges.
Yep, cool.
And
sorry, is this all refined and nice, or is just the graphics changed?
Sorry,
when we were further down, the boats and stuff where it was like rough. It was all rough and.
Yes, yeah. These stone walls are worked. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Just like Locke worked.
Work it. So on the left, you can see a passageway that has a ramp that ascends upwards. You can see that ramp is about it sort of disappears, but it seems to go up about 30 feet. And on the right, you can see a passageway that abruptly ends at a stone door, and another crossroads that leads north to south.
I'm going to move up to these crossroads.
Yep. All right. So.
And I'll peer around.
Yep. So the room to the north is lit quite vibrantly with these blue torches. You can see right into this room. Below you can see what appears to be a woman with her back turned, working at like a stone desk. With you see her every now and then sort of lift up a vial above her head, give it a swirl, and then place it back down onto a bench that you lose sight of because she's standing in front of it. And she seems, from where you are, you could probably see that she's been flanked by at least one zombie, and you clearly know it's a zombie. It's an undead humanoid. You travel with LDE, you've seen zombies before. To the north, however, the room seems to open into a large, a much larger room, and you can hear the sound of flowing, what could be flowing water, and you can clearly make out a large sort of, I guess, fountain almost, with like you can see snake-like heads protruding from this fountain, and it is quite large and ornate.
Oh, that's totally Temple of Doom.
And this way you can, the room abruptly ends in a with another stone door.
Do we still have 2 keys? Like, do we consume a key to open the door?
No, you don't. No, keys don't get consumed. You've still got both.
Okay.
The hungry door.
Can I fly my owl up onto Barrett's shoulder, provided she doesn't mind, and eyeball those zombies? Well. You what, sorry?
It doesn't have mites or fleas.
No,
it's
a lovely owl.
Excessively clean.
Okay.
Do they look like regular old zombies?
Yeah, they look like zombies that have been formed from. They very much look like the slaves that you just freed, basically. Similar dressed, same color skin.
Astrid, I'd like to put a little idea to you, maybe.
What now?
If I perhaps made you invisible, how would you feel about strolling down that hallway, destroying her undead, and seeing if we can take her hostage, learn some information?
I'm okay with the undead bit.
Not the hostage?
Not a big hostage guy. Girl.
Oh gosh.
But I can go in and blow the undead up without you wasting. Because we're doing that anyway.
You would just get the jump. Perhaps.
How far is it?
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
I could get to her before she does anything.
If you charge down the hallway, we'll roll initiative and then we'll see who goes first. If you do it stealthily, however, that will be a different story.
No, I mean I could misty step to her and stab her in the back of the head.
Yeah, provided you go first, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go down and do a turn down there.
So,
got enough slots so.
Alright, so do we want to give this plan a crack?
If you wish. So what is the plan?
I follow your lead.
So the plan is to take her alive, right? At least initially.
Or if she tries to run, then destroy her. But if Astrid can get down there and just nuke the zombies with a turn undead, then...
Yeah, let's give it a go. Hit me.
I punch her in the face.
Alrighty. I will...
You take 14 Idrix damage.
So literal.
I just.
Sorry, I just need one moment, please.
No worries.
I will pull out some ruby dust, and I will gesticulate and start my incantation. Mayora videnta, oculatum stabene.
Ooh, that had an echo on it.
And that was way less death.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, well, considering he's casting on me, that's fine.
Okay, so not a problem. Pick up. What is that noise? Sounds like squelching.
Sorry, I was scratching my arm and I've got my headset in.
Nice. Like, what the fuck was that? Yep, so Astrid fades from sight.
And I just leave.
Yeah. Bye.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Okay, so down to the south.
You will still need to make a stealth check, but you can do so with advantage. Beautiful. Nice work. You're able to...
South?
Yes.
What's the 14? That I can see in the room number.
I must have accidentally put it forward. That's just it's their book reference.
Yeah.
It's a level 14 number.
Ah, gotcha.
Can
I... What are these on the sides? Are they tables?
Yes, so you sort of step in and you notice that these tables are littered with various vials and concoctions. She is currently working upon, you can see it as a female. She looks quite human as well, but, you know, it's not your first rodeo, you know these fuckers can assume human forms. She's flanked by 5 zombies. 3 of which seem to be facing the door that you see at the end of the hall, and these 2 just seem to be sort of standing mindlessly looking in your direction but not moving or even giving any sort of indication that you have been detected.
Yep.
I'll read this out so you can... this is the description of the room. The air in here is moist and sticky. Natural light spills in from cracks in the ceiling and mud coats the floor. Stone workbenches are laden with clay bottles of various shapes and sizes. Toadstools, snakeroot, and belladonna plants grow among the clutter, fed by water seeping from above. Standing near the plants is a hairless... Am I reading the right one? Yeah. Yep. Standing near the plants is a hairless woman with scaly skin and a bronze syringe. Lurking in the shadows around her are 5 slouching humans that reek of decay.
Alright, can I... So there's the way I came in and I can see the door at the bottom.
Yeah.
So we've already got a plan of what we're going to do. So am I able to move past these guys as an invisible person?
Yep. So you don't. Yeah, you don't elicit. You can move. You can't move through an enemy square no matter what. So if you wish to move around, I think your range of a turn undead is what, 60 feet?
Yeah, but I want to get behind them.
Oh, I see.
So that I don't turn them into another room that we haven't.
Yep.
I mean, I know. Looking at it, I know we have, but I don't know that standing here.
Wouldn't...
The plan.
Yep, I understand that.
Unless
sure.
I know that that's the door that we didn't come in through originally. I don't see how I would, based on the twisty and turning that we've done. So
okay, fair enough.
I'm looking at it like I don't know where that door goes, and I do know where this passage goes. So I'd rather turn them back towards the team.
Yep, I understand. It is relatively tight in here, and in order to do that, you'd have to probably navigate over the benches. I don't see another way. I don't see another way that you could technically do it without moving past the benches.
How difficult do the benches look to get over out of 10?
Depending on
let's say out of 20.
Out of 20, I'd probably give it a solid 14.
Gotta risk it. Risking it. Okay, I'm just gonna cast Turn Undead then.
Sure.
It's too risky. So have to make wisdom saves.
What's the magic number?
15.
Oh, 3, 4, 10, 1, 17. Then we'll say in order. So we'll say 17 is the bottom one. 3, 4, 10, 1, and 17. Do you destroy undead?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't put it into my.
Let's
double check.
You should be able to.
I'm a level behind, so.
Yep, you should be able to pull up Turn Undead in the.
Check if I haven't put it in my.
Channel Divinity Turn Undead.
Destroy 5th level, yeah.
Yeah.
If its challenge rating is at or below a certain threshold.
Yeah. So what's the threshold?
See, 5th cleric level, it's half or lower.
So 2.5. What level cleric are you? Sorry.
Well, it's from 5th to 7th. It's if the enemy's CR is a half or lower.
Oh, half or lower. Yep. Let's see here. Yep. So 4 of the zombies are challenge rate at 1/4. So they fail.
Dusted.
They just fall to dust. This last one shudders violently, but manages to hold its form.
Yep. So he's the only one left.
Yep.
And I'll come out of invis. I will come out of invis from that.
Yep.
No, you will not. This was no regular invisibility. It's a greater.
Yep. So you are still invisible, sir.
Right, cool.
Nice. That immediately alerts the woman, though, as her zombie henchmen drop. But we will roll initiative now and see what happens. Before you do, just let me clear the list. I'll give you just give me a second. All right, go for it.
Nice.
How does that happen? Is he on top of you again? Yeah.
What happened?
The owl's in initiative again.
Oh, yep.
I love it.
I'm laughing. That's 2 out of 3 times we've rolled the same initiative, I think. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Disregard.
Oh, yeah, this is struggling. Why won't it give me the... Stand by. Just cleaning up some stuff here. For some reason, it's not allowing me to bring up my menu. I don't know why.
I rolled a 3 and a 2 with advantage.
What? So that's working, but why isn't that other part of it working? Turn order settings. I accidentally graded out.
Still beat the zombie.
All right. So that being said, it is Astrid's turn again.
Yeah, I will. One sec.
Yeah, so you are still invisible.
All right, I'll just shoot.
Yep, you have advantage.
Because his class is hidden, isn't he?
Yep, he's a hidden attacker. Unseen attacker. Yep.
Oh.
Didn't need it.
Yep. Nice.
So that's it.
18.
That's it. The zombie.
Zombie.
Yeah. 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 I'm not shooting at the woman.
Yep.
I thought we were taking her alive.
Yeah. Yep. That's fine. Yep. So the bolt thunks into the zombie. It takes half a step back and still manages to stay upon its feet.
Okay. I'll use
Channel CD.
War Priest.
Yep.
To fire off another shot.
Go for it. That's a hit.
18.
Yep. So
boom.
Faster than any heavy crossbow should ever fire. Astrid is able to rip off 2 bolts into this zombie. The second one slamming into it just shortly after the first, and sending it sprawling back against the wall.
Now, because I'm invisible, does that mean I don't invoke attacks because I'm hidden?
Yep.
So can I move?
You can move in. Yes.
Can I move to 1, 2, 3, 4? Can I move to here?
Yep. The only way she would is if she had some form of blind sense, and she don't.
Okay, cool.
Did he use greater invisibility?
Yep.
Damn.
Did I what? Greater. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So you're fine. Owl's turn.
Alrighty.
Aldia.
Aldia, yeah.
I'll move my 20 foot to here for starters, just to get some eyes on the actual room.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
I'll move my final 10 feet to here. And can I try and maybe intimidate or something like that, or just ask it to surrender?
Of course you can.
All right.
Roll an intimidation check.
Yield or die.
She says, you fools, you come into my home and ask me to yield. You are the ones who should yield. Anything else?
Good point. We yield.
Yeah. You got us. You got us.
Okay, then.
I can look around at the corpse on the ground.
You got me. Damn it. It was so close, guys.
Yeah. Oh, well, GG. Well done, guys. Better luck next time. Barrett.
Run forward.
I'm waiting for the day that you cast Phantasmal Force on Barrett and just make everyone look like Red Wizards of Thay.
That's a solid idea.
All right. Yep.
And I will make 3 attacks against her.
You will.
But non-lethal.
Well, as you crit. Ready? Ah, close. Hit. Crit. Fucking hell.
How?
That's 3 tonight.
Well, that's a nat 20 as well.
It is a nat 20. It's not even a fucking... It's not even a
class crit.
Yeah, class crit. Yep, so all 3 of those damage. It's 21 plus... 21 plus 22 is 43.
I think I've critted like once or twice this entire campaign on an attack.
The dice love me in this game and on damage in the other game.
So Barrett dashes down the hall, sort of nimbly scoots past Aldia, and you see his spear in hand as he just dexterously flips it around, bringing the butt of it to bear. He slams once, twice, and then the shield with the final belt smashes this Yuan Ti down, and she is knocked out. Nice work.
Excellent.
10, 20,
I look at her and
30, 40. Yeah.
Look over and look at her and go, yeah, she yields.
Yeah. She's down. Yeah, and she... the syringe in her hand sort of falls just by her side. A big brass, fucking gross-looking syringe.
Can I look around at the whatever sort of alchemy stuff that she's got going on to see if I can... Any of it looks familiar, or if the components look familiar or anything like that?
Yeah, so you realise almost... Yeah, make me an insight check, please.
Are we out of combat now?
We are out. You're good. Good work. You can come on in.
We are out.
I run into the room like hammer raised, ready for a fight. And just... Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been able to study this book of yours over the time, and you immediately are aware that this place had any sort of real fighting gone on in here. If any form of force or anything was applied to the vast majority of this stock, the whole room probably would have went up. There are... The majority of the things you can see here are all poisonous. They're all forms and types of poisons. Yeah, a lot of these stoppered vials and things like that are just all kinds of noxious liquids and gases. There's probably about 12 bottles in here that are salvageable, and all of them contain either caustic liquids or just straight up poisonous liquids if ingested or touched.
So if I can identify like 2 vials of what I believe to be the most toxic poison,
yep,
I would take those 2, but I don't want to carry around loads of shit. So 2 small vials of.
Yep. So you choose Yep. Basically, you choose 2 vials that you know that probably contain enough of this fluid that once it hits contact with air, will create another sort of toxic cloud, probably within a 10-foot radius. A 5-foot radius, just around 10 foot. Sorry. It'll do a fair degree of poison damage.
And if it was ingested, it would.
If it was ingested, you would it would do the same. Yep.
Alright. Aldia can secure whatever shenanigans he wants to get up to.
Excellent. Well, I'll take the remaining poisons and just whisper to Mal, be very careful.
Yep.
Put it in a good place in the bag.
See like a skeletal thumbs up, and then he just opens up almost like a reverse T800. He just sort of goes up, grabs the vial, and brings it back down again.
How many?
There's probably if Barrett's taken 2, there's probably 2 more that are of value. The rest aren't worth taking. Minor poisons or in various states of completion, but nothing you consider dangerous or deadly.
Any of her books and tomes and what have you, I want to take all of it. If she's a necro, I want that information.
Yep, the only books that are around seem to be very much akin to what Barrett was carrying there, like herbalism journals, guides on poisons, things like that. You discover that the poisons that you're carrying are basically a form of gaseous serpent venom. So it's.
We also search the body as well when we get a chance.
Yep. The body only contains that. The closest thing to any value is that is a brass key that you find on the body, and you also find that large bronze syringe laying next to her.
This campaign's full of keys.
I know, it's making up for the last one.
Do we want to tie this chick up?
Probably a good idea.
I'll need some rope.
Here,
we so happen to have
50 foot of silken rope.
Brass or bronze?
Brass key and bronze syringe.
Brass key.
50 shades of snake.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I'm going to try and bind her.
Yeah, you do so easily. Not a problem.
We're pretty much using the entire 50 foot.
Yeah.
She's a snake. I don't want to
silk necktie.
Harder, daddy. Yeah.
I'm leaving now.
Time for more gifts coming in. Yeah, so that's not a problem. You are able to successfully and efficiently bind her hands, her feet, and she's still unconscious. What else would you like to do?
Can I do a quick perception check to see if there's anything else of value in the room?
I'll give it to you for free. There is nothing else.
Hmm.
What are we going to do with her?
That's a good question. Can I, try to slap her awake?
You can. Yep, totally.
Do you want to gag her first? Because don't spellcasters need to be able to speak?
Very good point.
Yep, we can assume she's gagged. Not a problem.
Gag and bag.
Gag and bag is nutty muffin.
I'll make sure I'm properly bound as well.
That yeah.
Won't do any
Totally.
somatic.
Oh, yep. So you bind her fingers. Yep. That's not a problem.
Yep. We can start with yes or no questions and make a blink.
She's tied up. We get it.
Yeah. Yep. What else can?
God, she's tied and she's gagged. You guys are on fire.
Yep. They know. Not taking any risks here.
Played this game before.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page here. Yep, cool. So, after a bit of coaxing, she wakes up and sort of slowly, her head lolls, and then her eyes snap to, and she looks around alarmingly and starts to sort of shout out through her gag that's successfully suppressing the noise, but she struggles against her bonds.
So, quick medical check. Would
Do we
want one of her fingers kill her?
Yes. I'm just gonna nip this in the fucking bud right now. Her fingers, no, they wouldn't. But she's also, she's bound. Her fingers are tied, and we only have 8 minutes to enact your bullshit fetishes.
Well, torture works.
Yeah.
Do we want to drag her out into the
Jesus.
behind us?
Just give me a minute. Go on. Sorry, Idrix. Continue.
Do we want to drag her out into the caverns behind us, where we can actually make noise with?
Yeah.
So then you can give her a chance to speak.
You could do that if you want.
And she won't be going screaming for help.
Or she casts a spell and mentally transmits that she's in trouble.
And this whole situation is just sounding real great.
Yeah. Take her out to where there's water, so she doesn't get piss-boarded.
It was one time.
There you go. Waterboarding won't do any damage, will it?
She's amphibious, I think.
It was one time. I'm filled with regret.
You denied me water. I had to improvise.
All right, let's stay on task, shall we? Now, this is a different torture scene. So, all right, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm out of ideas. No.
You're full of ideas. That's the scary part.
He's full of urine.
All right, have we woken her up yet?
She is awake. She's firmly bound and gagged. Right, and she's struggling against her bonds and frantically sort of trying to... She's quite panicked by the looks.
Cool. Can you move her character over to where I am now, please? I don't want random patrols walking past and seeing this.
That's what I mean. Do we want to take her out into the caverns?
Cool. He's fine. Just out of sight.
South of us.
You got to hear this. Orcs make beautiful lovers. Thank you for the follow. That is fucking awesome. That's fantastic.
Fair enough. All right, so I'm going to stand in front of her then. If you guys don't want to talk to her, I will.
Orcs makes beautiful lovers says in chat. This stream is brought to you by Kink Shame. So can we fucking hurry this up, please? You rock. Okay. You rock, man. Thank you. This is great.
I'm going to have my dagger pulled out.
Yep.
I'm going to have it gently pressed into her ear.
Oh.
And I'm just going to say, simple thing. Do you understand the situation you're in? Blink once for yes, twice for no.
She blinks once. I'm not even...
What, sorry?
Once. She understands.
Just wait. She might blink a second time.
Yep, she's not.
Wait.
Waiting.
Cool. Are there any traps in this room? Blink once for yes, twice for no.
She blinks once.
Are there any patrols expected to be coming here anytime soon, in the next 5 to 10 minutes? Once for yes, twice for no.
She blinks twice.
Will they be here in the next minute?
She blinks twice.
A minute and a half.
Twice was yes. No.
She's doing pretty good considering she was unconscious for
Yep.
an unknown amount of time.
No, she's fine.
That's great. Have you signaled to anyone since we came in here?
She like frantically sort of shakes her head, blinking twice. No, she's like,
Shakes her head and impales her face on a fucking knife. That's in
no,
her
just
ear.
like, just sort of like, you know, really fast, sort of shakes like no, like she implores a no.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna remove your mouth guard gag in a second. If you utter a single phrase that's even remotely close to a spell, I will put this dagger into your brain. Do you understand? Once for yes, twice for no.
She blinks once.
Cool.
She gets it.
I will slowly pull the gag away from her, and I'll turn to Aldir and get any questions for her.
She says, if you spare my life, I will tell you where the master is located. He is ill and weak, and we desire a new leader anyway.
Excellent. Well, I guarantee that I won't kill you if you tell me where the master is.
That old chestnut.
She says, we're pretty sure that we wrote the book on that. But she says, let me live, and I will take you. I will tell you where the master is. I will provide you direction. You are close.
I promise I won't.
I won't kill you. Yeah, you guys ain't bad for it. It's conceited douchebags. Wink.
Tell us about the master's condition.
His body weakens by the day. His skin turns black, and he begins to wither from within.
What are you doing in this room? What's the purpose of this room?
This is a room for concocting poisons.
Room for learned doctors.
Is there anything we can use in this room to help us defeat the master?
The master is immune to many things, but poison is most definitely one of them. However, given his current condition, time will be his greatest enemy. He withers daily.
What can you tell us about the Soul Monger?
You see a strange look come across her face, a look of what is this Soul Monger?
Disregard.
I know nothing of it.
Neither do we.
What's the Soul Monger?
Oh God, something's happening.
No, just messing around.
All right. Are there any? How many routes are there to the master's room?
Several. The most direct route you may take is north through the temple of the Night Serpent.
Are you in a position of authority in this place?
Somewhat, but not enough to get you all through unhindered. I can only provide you information.
What's the way that's least dangerous?
Double insight. I'll take the
first one.
Yep, you believe. So you believe that one, she's telling the truth about the Soul Monger, and two, that she seems to be telling the truth about her status within this place.
No, the fastest route.
Fastest route? Yep, she's telling the truth. She hasn't flinched. Okay. You've been able to sort of follow along with her stuff quite easily. What was that last question, though?
What's the safest route?
She says the safest route would be to take the river.
Right.
She says, obviously, you know about the Hydra, or else you wouldn't be responding as such. But the Hydra is hungry. Feed it, and it will leave you alone.
Sweet. Come with me.
Yes.
She says, it has an aversion to Yuan Ti blood. That she's kidding about. She says, but no. She says, but you promised you would, I am providing you this information on good faith that you will spare my life. I have no love for Raznisi or his regime. He is weak, and he has brought us near to ruin.
Is this person Raznisi? Is this person Yuan Ti as well?
Yes. Yeah. She looks quite human, but you can see that.
Raznisi's not though. Was that you're asking?
No, I meant her. Sorry, I said Raznisi. I meant Yuan Ti.
Yeah, appears to be a human female, but you can see that she's bald, and even on her head, she's like her scalp is like lightly scaled, and she has scales upon her shoulders and down her arms. So she could almost pass for a human if she, with a few minor spell adjustments and things like that. She looks very much human.
So Yuan Ti are a plague on this land. You're destructive, toxic, and you basically fuck everything you touch. Why
figuratively?
Why would we bother letting you leave this place? Why wouldn't we purge all of you?
She says,
it sounds like we'd be doing the world a favor.
She's getting dark.
She start my two-part answer.
She sort of recoils as much as she can, like even further into the corner, and says, I have given you the information. I only wish to have my life spared. If you do not wish, and in a sort of a moment of defiance, she says, if you do not wish to provide me with my life, then kill me. I will give you no more.
Well, I have another question. Is your sentiment shared amongst other of your kind?
There are some, not all.
Before you is a group of very powerful individuals. If we let you leave, you go and rally troops, we will slaughter them, and then we will slaughter you. Do you understand?
She says, I will take my leave of this place. I will not return whilst you are still here.
And I'll look around. Any other questions?
Well, we seem to be helping each other out to some degree. If we're going to let you go, and this is a trust thing, could you perhaps create diversion elsewhere to allow us to easier pass through?
She thinks about it for a moment and says, I fear that any diversion I may create will be seen through. My station here is within these bounds. I am unsure if I can fulfill that request adequately.
Are there any other dangers here we should be made aware?
She says, the door to the south is locked by the key that you have undoubtedly taken from my person, but beware, it is a two-part lock. Turn it left, then right, or else you'll set off a trap upon the door.
Final question. Would it still be safer for us to take the river than to navigate the rest of this place?
She says, if the Hydra will wish to feed, if you provide it enough meat, you should be able to navigate it, though it is a beast and somewhat unpredictable.
How much would you say it would eat?
It is fed daily. Corpses are often piled into the river for it to eat. She says, I don't know. It is not my job to feed it. I know that it does eat the corpses of our slaves and our traders.
Would it eat the corpse of a giant snake?
You can drag that shit out, man.
She says,
That's what you have Idrix for.
Idrix, yeah.
She says, it may. That is, I can't answer that question with the truth. I'm not sure.
Cool.
Alright. I'll pull the dagger out of her ear slightly. So go and lead a bigger life, otherwise you'll meet a bigger fish.
She holds up her bonds for them to be cut.
You don't need your hands to walk.
What was that, Barrett?
Don't waste the rope. Don't cut it. Untie it.
No, I was going to let it live on there. I just said to say you don't need your hands to walk. Off you go.
She looks down at her feet, which are also bound.
Oh, we can take those off of them. I forgot. I didn't realize that we bound her feet for fear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys did like.
Oh yeah, no, I bound her. I used all 50 feet of rope.
I was going to say, was it a 50 Shades of Snake? Didn't someone say? I'm assuming this chick was well and truly bound. No safe word was uttered.
Take the rope off her.
All right.
The safe word is blink 3 times.
Yeah, blink 3 times. Yep. So you guys, she sort of stands and lets the sort of feeling come back into her hands. And she says, I will take my leave if you wish to unlock that door. And she points to the door and says, I will take my leave through the passage there.
Yeah, she will.
And she asks, she waits for you to clear the path.
I figure.
She moves away. Oops, who did I just grab? That's the right person. Yep, so whoever has the key unlocks the door, yes?
Left,
sure.
then right.
Yep. Click,
I'm
click.
going to make sure she leaves.
Yep.
Hey, you've still got alarm up, don't you?
Oh.
There is.
Yeah, I do actually have an alarm on the door.
Yeah. So we should hear it jingle when she
Yep, so she steps through it
passes
and
the threshold.
you do feel an audible alarm go off inside your head. Bull?
Yep. Does the alarm stop after it's been consumed once?
Yes. So it does. And you're and she says farewell, outsiders, and she like bolts down and away. And you lose sight of her as she goes around the into the passageway. All right.
And I wonder if that'll come back to bite us in the future.
It may.
Oh, it is a snake.
But all right. It is 10:38. I say that is a pretty good point to leave it. So you've been provided. She provides you with the knowledge to go to get to the Master's Chamber. She basically tells you to go through the Temple of Dendar, the Night Serpent, which is the temple directly ahead. And she says, enter via the. There is a set of double doors to the east that will take you directly to the Master's Chamber. Alternatively, she says if you take the boats and feed the Hydra, if you follow the water to its final location, you will also be able to moor the boats directly into the Master's Chamber. He has his own private jetty.
And it was left and right with the key, wasn't it?
Left and right, yeah. And which Barrett does and opens the door. The door swings open without any...
Oh, it was that door. Sorry, I thought it was...
No, that was that door. It was the door to... Nope. No, she says that the Master's rooms are flanked by large stone double doors, and that if you enter the temple, you will see them on the eastern side. And... Cool. Yeah. Oh, Jen, you've got no idea. We've got some sick people in our group. Yeah, that's it. I think we'll leave it there. I think that's a good spot to drop it for tonight.